Welcome to Top Hill Recording podcast where we ask an artist to come on, give us some tunes. We talk about those tunes, and today it's a little bit different, but kind of the same too. We got a group.
Yeah.
We got the band back together. We got Lee, we got Ryan, we got Earl and Spencer back. Brent on the switcher.
Yup.
Our guest tonight, Adrian Taylor, y'all.
Let's head down the Fern Valley Road. There ain't much to do, but baby, let's go take a drive. Maybe see that countryside. We've been up in the city way too long. Need a breath of fresh air and some singing along to the radio. Oh, we can take it slow. Let's drive out to tobacco fields, go get lost up on some hill. We haven't had this much fun in way too long. Come here, girl, slide on over. I'll even let you hit the shifter in this beat-up truck. Maybe we'll get stuck. Baby, let's go get lost in love. Damn, girl, you're as pretty as can be. You look so good right up next to me with no makeup on. Oh, and your hair all long. Those big brown eyes got me falling again. I'm head over heels just like a kid on Christmas morn, or California getting a storm. Let's drive out to tobacco fields, go get lost up on some hill. We haven't had this much fun in way too long. Come here, girl, slide on over. I'll even let you hit the shifter in this beat-up truck. Maybe we'll get stuck. Baby, let's go get lost in love. Lost in love, Let's drive out to tobacco fields, go get lost up on some hill. We haven't had this much fun in way too long. Come here, girl, slide on over. I'll even let you hit the shifter in this beat-up truck. Maybe we'll get stuck. Baby, let's go get lost in love. Lost in love, Baby, let's go get lost in love.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Maybe there's still room for art in an AI world. You best get smart and figure out how to stay alive. I get so lost in social norms, I drink at home because I'm bored. Or maybe there's something underneath. Need to hear what you think about this world being on the brink. We burn this man's Anita at both ends. Am I scared or am I scorned? It's so hard to think anymore. How do I rationalize both? But I'm terrified of what comes next. Also chasing those objects, or the ones I've longed to hold near and dear. Is this for real or just some dream? Dealing out apologies for the things I have a feeling I'll just do. In a world where I'm surrounded but alone, You'll always be the one that I call home. Think I need some Novocaine or something strong to numb my brain, 'cause the whisper sounds so loud out tonight. They say how bad it is out there and how the world just ain't fair. I can see the points they all try to make. My angel has been asleep while the devil takes out all mistake and shows me all the things he has done. But somehow I'm at peace with you, even if the sun turns blue and the moon shines bright as midday's new. I'm terrified of what comes next, also chasing those objects, or the ones I've longed to hold near and dear. Is this for real or just some dream? Dealing out apologies for the things I have a feeling I'll just do. In a world where I'm surrounded but alone, you'll always be the one that I call home. I'm terrified of what comes next, also chasing those objects, oh, the ones I've longed to hold near and dear. Is this for real or just some dream? Dealing out apologies for the things I have a feeling I'll just do. In a world where I'm surrounded but alone, you'll always be the one that I call home. In a world where I'm surrounded but alone, you'll always be the one that I call home. I'm a messed up kid with damn good intentions, asking for forgiveness long before permission. I'm so much like that man that I barely knew. I'm hell on wheels, but I'm also stuck in traffic. I got a real good woman, ain't afraid to let me have it. I know I crossed that line more than a time or two. I can drink all day, smoke all night. You'll ask yourself, is that alright? Don't you worry about me, hell, I'm doing just fine. I can get a little drunk, get real high. You'll bring the world with her by my side. We can take anything we come to in life. We're doing just fine. She's a long-lost princess, maybe queen of the south. Oh, she puts a taste of cherries right there in my mouth. Ain't never seen a smile like hers before. She puts up with me 'cause she's hell on heels. I like to push her buttons, but I love the way it feels. Be wrapped up with her every single night. I can drink all day, smoke all night. You'll ask yourself, is that alright? Don't you worry about me, hell, I'm doing just fine. I can get a little drunk, get real high. by my side. We can take anything we come to in life. Oh, yeah, we're doing just fine. I can drink all day, smoke all night. You'll ask yourself, is that boy alright? Don't you worry about me, hell, I'm doing just fine. I can get a little drunk, get real high. I'm king of the world with her by my side. We can take anything we come to in life. Oh, yeah, we're doing just fine. Just fine. Oh, yeah, we're doing all right. Come here, girl, we need to talk about this life I'm living on. Some might call me a rambling man, gypsy soul without a plan. Music life ain't an easy one. Gone all the time while the bills pile up. And every time I leave I see you tear up. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to kiss your smile. You're in everything I do, everything I sing, and I hate being away. Damn these dreams, and damn every time I gotta leave. Hang on, baby, I'm almost home. Been gone too long, oh, this I know. I just wanna be back in your arms, sitting on the porch till the dirt road on. I look into those angel eyes, I thank God for that borrowed time. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to kiss your smile. You're in everything I do, everything I sing, and I hate being away. Damn these dreams, damn every time I gotta leave. It's been too long since I felt your touch. It's been too long since we made love. I just wanna be back in your arms. Oh, I'm coming home to where you are. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to kiss everything I do, everything I say, and I hate being away. Damn these dreams, damn every time I gotta leave. I gotta leave. Come here, girl, we need to talk about this life I'm living on. Yeah, man.
So, this has been a cool start. We got the thing going down, but not to rush straight into it, but let's just talk about what you've been doing lately. You got some big news coming up, don't you? What's up, buddy?
Well, I got engaged from the last time I was on.
Hey! Congratulations.
Thank you. And then we're moving to Nashville finally. So
That's
I'm excited about
jump.
that.
Yeah, dude, big steps, right?
The biggest I can take, I guess.
There's just a couple big steps in 1 year. No big deal.
Yeah.
Just an engagement, and let's move to Nashville and chase the dream, huh?
Yeah. I've never been so excited and scared shitless at the same time. It's an odd mix, but
yeah, I couldn't imagine, man. I mean, sorry, Lee. We kind of been. Lee has prompted a weird conversation with us lately because the past couple of days he's been sending us versions of like lyrics he's written back in the day and had songs with, and then he throws them in these AI generators and makes them sound crazy.
Almost too good.
Too good. I mean, so
it's wild. There's in the past day, I've created a female bluegrass song out of one of them, a 1940s Delta blues song out of a different one. This morning, I did one from that emulated Samuel L. Jackson in Black Snake Moan, which was swamp blues, apparently, because I keep asking Gemini, how do you describe this? Like, what's the prompt that I need to write for this to be in there? And then it kicks out these songs. And the weird thing is, like, I can't say I heard the song exactly that way.
Yeah.
But it's me being like, oh, if I could do it any way I wanted, how would I do it? And it's definitely scary and interesting at the same time. But I have a really good point when we actually get into this all the way.
Okay. Well, we can get into it because, you without knowing it, brought it into the conversation just because even talking in one of your songs, I believe it was Home, you mentioned AI in that tune, right?
Yes. Which it felt kind of weird to write it into a song. But I kind of took a step back and I was like, well, we all thought it was weird when people started saying text messages or Instagram and music. So it kind of just was like an observation of what is about to happen. And I've been hearing all sorts of different recordings from like if you listen to Rogan at all, he's showing everybody that 50 Cent cover and stuff like that. So I don't know how to describe how it feels. It's definitely terrifying as a writer, but it's also, I feel like it could be a good tool if you use it properly. And there's no getting away from it.
Well, that you bring that into conversation. That's another good topic because everybody in this room, including Brent, are songwriters. So you wonder what do tools of AI look like for songwriters? Is it, because he keeps sending me songs. I go, it's cheating. It's cheating, Lee. You're cheating, but he's not.
But I wrote the song.
Yeah, he wrote the song.
I'm also not a bluegrass female country singer playing mandolin. So I don't know where it stops and stops and starts.
I guess that's a question for the room. I mean, as songwriters and we've been using drum machines and things like that to kind of help you along for years. And I guess in a sense that is some type of AI, although it's programmed AI. And you've got these things that are mass. There's unlimited use and unlimited ability when it comes to it. But what is do you draw a personal line? How do you go, this is a tool and this is or this just wrote my song for me? I mean, does anybody, is this stuff we think about?
I think one of the biggest things is I've seen that there's been a massive push, especially, in government, about making sure that AI doesn't put out their own music and like try to make money off of it because of it being it is a man-made thing that is, like, where's that money going to?
Yeah, but there was also just a bill basically pushed that says that the government controls AI, right? That there's no.
Is there anything they don't control?
That's true. There's some bill that that recently signed to basically where they get. I don't know. I'm not even going into that.
I just think if you were having AI make the music under your name, that's an issue. But if you use it as a tool and as a creative tool to where, especially if you have like writer's block, and if you're like really, really stuck on something and you have 2 verses and you're like, well, I don't have a band right now. I don't have the means or the money to sit there and to be able to hire a whole bunch of people to try and make it sound a certain way. Well, I can type it into AI and I can make it, and I can say, well, I have this vision of it being like a Grateful Dead meets Tedeschi Trucks type of thing, and then it'll pump it out for you. And so then you can kind of see. But I think if you try to release that, like with the AI using that kind of if you didn't do anything in terms of that song, I feel like that's an issue. But if you wrote the lyrics and if you kind of put together the melody, or if you put together the chords,
that's called writing a song, though.
It is. It is.
Put together the melody, you wrote the chords, and you got the words.
But I think that's where AI is a tool, though. Is it can fill in the missing spaces that you don't either hear or that you don't have the means to give.
I think.
But it's sketchy, though. It's a hard.
It's kind of a weird. The way I would prefer to use it, if at all, would be because to me, writer's block comes from you not being a fan of your own song.
Well,
So if you have lines that you're stuck on, it's because you're not vibing with what you wrote.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to either go back a while or just figure out the line that makes you become a fan of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's where, like you were saying, it kind of feels like cheating a little bit. Because it'll come up with stuff and it's not from you in a way. It's pulling from what you've already written, but it's not you. Now, in the sense of like what you're saying with the means to record it and everything, not everybody's a Prince or like a early Hunter Hayes where they can play every instrument and do it. But I think it's a good way to give you an idea of what to bring to a band as like a demo.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't like me personally put it into AI and then like put it out as my own like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like in Nashville, because everybody has their Nashville charts, if you don't know what you're doing, or really even that direction of the song, what you're doing, I think is a great way to be like, oh, well, it could go this way. And then have the real humans sit there and play it. But I don't know. It's all such a terrifying thing.
It
is. It's terrifying.
And it's totally open-ended on, there is no right answer.
No.
Yeah.
That's what's tough. Because what is that program? It's called like Sono or something.
I was using.
That's what
I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's SUNO.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were probably using. And it is very interesting because, like what you were saying, it seems like it's very cool if you can't play a bunch of instruments. Because like I'm just a strummer, and that's really all I can do.
Play cowboy chords.
Yeah, and so it's kind of cool to think you can write a song and then like make a demo, but then it's like you take the demo to the band. But if you do it too close to that AI thing, like, did you copy that? Like, it's so hard. It's so hard to do, and like AI scares me. I don't use it for anything, and like at my work, they use it for different things to like help write notes and stuff. I don't use AI for anything. I don't use it for posters. I don't use it for anything. It freaks me out, and so I've never used it for songwriting. But I get what you're saying a little bit. I can see like if you had writer's block, but it's one of those things where it's such a scary thing. Like, and I feel like the people I've seen who use AI a lot are like obsessed with it, and they will use it all the time. And I don't know. It worries me as a writer. It's tough. I don't know.
I seriously spent like the 17 hours in the past day doing it. Once, because I'd never tried it before yesterday. I use it for work all the time to write emails and things like that.
Sure.
But as Neil sent me the question and asked me about this, I started thinking about it in a different format. And it's interesting to hear you all talk about it because you play out. So you write, you sing, and you perform out. You write, you sing, you perform out. You write, you sing, perform out. I don't. We wrote these songs during a COVID, songwriters group. So it got me thinking about it from that aspect of like, what's different about my perspective than yours? And I came to Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Yeah.
Bernie Taupin wrote the songs. And I always wondered, I'm like, how in the world were they able to do that? And then the past day, I understood it. I put lyrics into a machine with chord changes and some guidance, and it spit out what I heard in my head that I never could produce myself. And that's all Bernie was doing, was writing lyrics and handing them to Elton John. And then it got me thinking even more, because then as I delved deeper and deeper and deeper into it, I would produce different versions of the song. So there'd be a bluegrass version of a 5-piece band standing around an open mic on the Opry. And then there would be punk rock versions of the Ramones. And so I would just go through these different genres and see how it transcended. And then I was like, well, I wonder what the most, what song, especially back in the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, people would release a song and it would get released by everyone. It'd get released across all genres.
Correct.
Just over and over and over. So the song that was on the Billboard charts the most number of times at the same exact time under different versions was Unchained Melody in the 1950s.
Okay.
It was under 3 different people. None of them were the original people. That song has been recorded and released 1,500 times since.
Jesus.
So 1,499 times weren't the original people.
Yeah.
And that's where I came around to and landed on it. I was like, I understand the scary part of I would never want to make those songs or put my voice into an AI and then have it make it think it was me. But having someone else perform it, to me, it was like handing it to a band or selling it or having it optioned or somebody else sing it.
Yeah, I understand the thought to the connection, but the connection ends up at the end of Unchained Melody were 2 brothers who wrote that song, who came up with that tune, or whoever wrote that song.
Oh, it was written for a movie in the 50s.
All right, so
a movie named Unchained.
And guess what? AI didn't create that. It was actually put. So that's, like melody lines and things like that are things like right now, the band and I, Voodoo Symphony, and Spencer and I are writing a couple tunes, and there are options to melody lines and lyrics, and I am fighting them. And the thing that would be super simple is to put that audio in the thing, go create a melody line. But, there's also, hey, there's a circle of fists, go figure something out. There's ways to, and something that you said earlier that AI can't capture, and I'm sure that everybody has done it, is when that song hits you and you have to go, oh, that's a gift.
Yeah.
That thing right there where you sit down, what the song is already, all you got to do is be patient enough to get it out. There is such reward at the end of that I don't think with the push of automation, I'll have that same feeling for me. You also, with Lee saying, you sing it, you perform it, it is different. I get that. But my fear, right now, there's been at least 3 charted AI, totally AI songs or AI artists, not even real artists, which is wild to think because there is no AI Billboard 100. This is the top songs in the world, and 3 of them are not even a real person.
From what I understand, it wasn't like the important Billboard that it charted on.
It wasn't. Yeah,
but
all of them are important if I chart on it. That is the important Billboard.
But that actually, that you brought that up, the one song, I don't remember what it was, but that's what kind of brought that song about home, because it was...
Was it the country song?
It was the song was Rust.
Yeah. So that was my buddy sent it over to me. I listened to it and I was like, "Wow, this is cool. It's really interesting." But it when I took a step back after I stopped listening to it, I was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? And it's. I think that line is important in that song "Home" because maybe there's still room for art. Because it's in the posters, it's in everything art related is coming out of that.
Dude, I'm as guilty as that. All posters. I don't have any ability to do posters. You're in the middle of posters.
Yeah,
but you don't. You got somebody you use, right?
yeah, but I asked AI what, I gave it all the details just to see what it would do, and I mean,
it's amazing.
it was badass.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it is the problem. AI makes cool shit. It makes it instantly, and like it is very neat. I mean, and not to like jump to something different, but like one thing like cool with AI that has come out kind of recently was that Randy Travis song. That was like a cool thing I thought they did. I mean, because he can't sing anymore, and so like,
dude, I saw he's going on tour.
He is going on tour. Someone else sings and he kind of stands on stage. That's what happens. That's
so
what he's doing. That's what it is though. Because I looked it up because I was like, holy shit, Randy Travis is going on tour because he was going to the Mountain Arts Center, and I looked into it, and there's someone who's singing his songs, and he is just kind of there as like a figure.
Is that like the Kennedy Arts Center where you're getting the award?
I believe you mean the Trump Kennedy Arts Center.
That's what it is. That's what it is though. He's not singing, and I'm pretty positive on that because I looked into it because I was really surprised to see that.
I hope it's all
physically cannot.
I literally hope it's because it's a way for them to fund him. Because with his everything.
So from what I understand with that, a lot of that money is going to his foundation.
Okay.
To help to find a cure for what's going on. But then also it's
he had a stroke.
Yeah,
was it a stroke?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about
but it's to like try and find solutions. Because like that is a major problem that people do have. But then too, it's also almost like his final going out, kind of like Merle Haggard did.
So it's just like a farewell evening with kind of deal.
Yeah. From my understanding, that's what it seems like. Is like he has a good buddy of his going up and singing all these songs, and then so Merle Haggard did that same type of thing back in the day. He did it with was it? I can't remember if it was Alan Jackson or who it was, but it was a big name guy, and he'd get up there and play one or two songs.
Yeah.
But then after that, he was so worn out, he physically couldn't stand there. So he'd sit off to the side while other guys came in and played the tunes and honored him and honored his legacy.
All right. So here's another question since this honoring, like I'm thinking, well, you were saying that I was thinking in my head, but because there's not a lot of Willie Nelsons in the world that are still his age, still doing it. And then I'm thinking, well, in 10 years, they could do Willie Nelson AI, do a Willie Nelson song, and that's another part I get because I like think about these guys over here, and they're such a vibe when they play. Earl's such a vibe. Fuzzstration is there's just they bring this atmosphere to their stuff, and I guess at the end of the day, AI can't create that. So I guess a lot of our hopes in the live stuff, and then I don't know.
Well. You also got to think about too, like back in the late 80s, early 90s, whenever people started getting sampling machines, that was huge. And they thought that it was the whole idea of them taking other people's music off of these records that they were scratching, and then they put them into this machine. They'd be able to change the octave, change the speed, and change out the entire song.
But that still work. I don't know.
Well, it is, but it also isn't at the same time because
you're not making the sound. You're just manipulating.
But you have a creative vision, though, and I think that's the difference.
There's a great TV show that isn't on it anymore. They had 2 seasons of it. It was Mike Judge produced it. It was called Stories from the Tour Bus.
It's great show.
And they actually George Clinton was talking about that because he gave God, what's that song? I'm trying to think. I think it was Run DMC.
Walk This Way?
No.
Come on, man.
Their first one.
My Adidas.
They used the bass line from George Clinton's song.
Oh yeah.
And George was like, he approached me and said, can we use your bass line for a piece of this song? And he said, yeah, I don't care. And then he heard the song come out and he said, well, goddamn, I didn't know he was going to use my whole bass line. And then George was so funny about talking about it because he goes, but then I got that first Magic Mailbox money and he could use whatever fucking song he wanted. The shit had me rolling. But I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to know until it actually really takes off. So I think speculating about it a lot it's kind of like going to put artists in a glue mode and kind of be afraid to write and be afraid to perform and do all this stuff. But to your point, I also think that like you're never going to be able to hug a robot.
No.
You're going to be able, or like, what's the point of a robot's autograph?
Dude, they got
and stuff? No, well, you know what I mean. Like, you know
they
what
got
I mean.
some of them robots out there.
They looking real
Boys.
realistic.
Well, or a hologram at that point. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But it just, I don't know. And you see crazy videos of like people getting hit by like rides and like just smiling about it, or like there was that video that went out about the old lady getting shot with a t-shirt cannon, and you're like shocked by it for a second, and then once you start seeing that it's AI, you're like, oh well.
My favorite are the chiropractors that jump up in the air and land on the and break the whole table.
Goodness.
Those are pretty good.
Have you seen the it's, speaking of chiropractors, it's just like this guy that like pops these old ladies, but like really painfully.
She's like, "Ah!" Yeah.
That kills me. Oh my goodness. But anyway,
Those are real people.
yeah.
Those are real.
So I do think, to everybody's points,
Mhm.
it's definitely good now that we started seeing the disclaimers on things,
Mhm.
that this is AI made. This is, I don't want to necessarily say this is human made, but
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think we're just going to have to really see within the next couple years what really happens.
Mhm.
And especially in the songwriting field, the movie making field.
Movie.
Like,
Movie making's the next thing where like scripts are going to be totally written on AI.
I feel like some of them have been. Have you seen some of the shit?
Oh, they definitely are already. There's no way they're not.
But-
100%, dude.
and like straight up, they could take a Tom Cruise movie if he signs his likeness away to
Yeah.
it. Now they've got Tom Cruise, and after he dies,
Dude, it is
Facts.
amazing how real the characters of people, like, it's amazing what they do with AI as far as making people look like it's really the person.
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
it's come so far too.
What are you
'cause,
gonna
like,
believe?
You've seen
Oh.
those old videos of like Will Smith eating spaghetti, and like it looks like absolute dog shit.
Yes.
And now they like you go back and you cannot tell the difference.
No, my mom asks me all the time. She's like, "How do I tell the video's AI?" I'm like, "They all are. Just, they all just if it's
start from there.
yeah." I'm like, "Just assume it is, mom." Like,
well, there's even like these cool videos I've been seeing lately, and I hate to say cool, but
That's cool. It's okay.
they're doing like epoxy floors.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like
amazing
that's
lighting
really-
underneath.
Yeah,
And,
or like they did like a cloud floor and
Oh,
stuff in this
that
forest, the moss. Yeah, it's all AI.
I showed Kim that shit. I was like, look at this.
I showed my lady. I was
There's
like,
some
how
people
cool
that
would
can
this
actually
be?
do
Some
that,
people
though.
can do it, but some of that shit was like, it would have been about 14 tons of floor on some of it. like, I don't know if
or
structurally
cost
that
$4 million.
works.
One of the two for sure.
100%.
It just I feel like it also gives people the idea that something's obtainable when it's really not,
Yeah.
which is another kind of side to it.
Mm.
And then there's the fact of like people's jobs that's coming, or there's like
Mhm.
just like for a simple one, the person taking orders at McDonald's, once they get it all ready to go, that's a job that's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I go to McDonald's from time to time, and the last probably handful of times that I went in, I go to the counter and they say, "Yeah, order right there at the kiosk." Literally tell me to go order at the kiosk, but I always order on the app, so I'm like, "God, I just was wanting my
That
cup."
is your mobile kiosk.
I just
So-
want- I already ordered. I just want my cup.
I have a question. So, in regards to AI, on top, I mean, right now we are in a renaissance in terms of technology. I mean, we're not just talking actual like computer technology, but we're talking amps, guitars, pedal, especially pedals, stuff like that. When do you think there's going to be a point to where people just realize, ooh, I think we've just gone too far?
Nah.
I don't think they will.
Never.
When AI when the robots finally take over,
When
and they're
Skynet
getting ready-
takes over.
they're getting ready to go human.
Whenever iRobot becomes a documentary.
yeah, we all go, oh, this is probably a bad idea.
I think
And then the
people-
world wins.
I think that you'll even get the like cultists that are excited then.
No,
Like,
yeah.
this is what we've been hoping for.
Yeah.
We all got white shoes.
The prophecy has come true.
Yeah.
But do you ever think that yes, we can get to the point, but I almost envision like Wall-E, almost, of I mean,
Yeah, dude.
it's going to be like a
100%,
Wall-E
bro.
world.
Okay,
Look,
so not
go
to
to
cut you
Walmart.
off,
No, you're fine.
but even to that point, they've done brain scans on people that
Mhm.
use ChatGPT all the time, compared to the people that don't use it at all.
Yeah.
And it's almost within the 2 years that people have been consistently using that for cheating on tests, for doing whatever they need. It's almost giving them a smooth brain.
Yeah, I
It's-
believe
it's
it.
crazy.
I believe
There's
that
no work.
There's no
Nothing.
everything is a
Except for
Google
this.
away. Having to remember stuff is not. That's one of the things about lyrics and things like that. I'm thankful for because I
Mhm.
have to. You have to try to remember
Yeah.
something because otherwise, dude, I'm not remembering a lot of new information these
Yeah.
days. It's like if I need to know how to fix something, I go, how do I fix that? Then I go step, 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 step. It's fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's scary, but it's helpful. I don't know. It's weird.
So I became a home butcher about a week ago. So I bought some nice knives, and I bought
A cow.
a whole. No, I didn't go that far. I bought a whole pork tenderloin. I bought a bunch of chicken breasts, and then I bought which the chicken breasts are already butchered, but I cut them in smaller pieces.
Congratulations.
That
That does not count as butching.
and then
You're not butching when you're just cutting chicken smaller, bro.
and then I bought a whole short loin, and I cut out New York's.
Nice.
And so, I had no idea what I was doing, but I just watched somebody on YouTube kind of give me a training video, which is no different than what you were doing to learn how to do your job at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me felt so gratifying compared to I know it's kind of a weird comparison, but that felt so gratifying to me be able to sit down, cut these steaks out, and cut all these pork chops and stuff out, and then do have the results and know that I watched a 5-second video and then I could do it myself.
And you can call yourself a home butcher.
Compared to-
That's worth it.
Compared
Right there.
to to me right now, I guess my comparison is buying it already cut at the butcher shop is that technically the AI of that.
Yeah.
So, and you're spending more at that point. So the connection I'm making is you're spending less brain power to do it, but it's costing you more.
hmm The return isn't as valuable.
Yeah, exactly. I know that was probably the
That was
most
a deep one,
ridiculous
but we got there.
No,
That's
it
right.
You got back around there.
But that's it. I feel like it all kind of feels like that. So I don't know.
So with you're getting ready to make this move, right?
Mhm.
When you moving officially?
March 1st.
I mean, that is soon.
Yeah.
So
My butthole's never been so
I
tight.
can imagine. Introduction to a BB. Not going to happen. So you're in it, man. You're getting ready to move. You've got this world of unbelievable writers.
Yeah.
There's writing groups. There's, it is, from everything I've heard, not a real easy nut to crack, right?
No.
And plus, you're adding automation of songwriting, and probably a lot of people have no problem using, those guys down there. I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine they'd have any problem using them as tools. Hey, here, I've got some songs out here, because if it's your profession, if your livelihood is based on cranking out tunes, so how do you head into that knowing, what's the mindset? I know it's terrifying, but legit.
I think it's the same thing. There's always been back from the Motown days, it was a little different, but you had to stand out
Mhm.
and cut your own lane into it.
Yeah.
So, and by no means am I saying that I am the same as some of these people, because there are amazing songwriters, there's amazing singers, and they're working behind a CVS clerk desk.
Mhm.
So I think it's just, and we're coming from a time too where back when you guys were growing up, what you listened to was your tribe. And in our generation, we listen to everything. So now everything blends together. And we're like pulling from rock and you're pulling from R&B and country and stuff like that, which I think is a reason there's a lot of old heads that are like, that's not country. And it's like, that's about as country as we're going to get today. Like even like Sturgill, for example. Sturgill is country as country gets, but he has no problem pulling in those rock elements and doing that stuff. So I think you really just have to cut your own lane and figure it out.
Be true to you.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people being copycats. So being true to yourself, I think, is going to be my best bet. So
I'd agree with that.
You know, I was watching an interview with Chris Stapleton, and he was saying what the actual interviewer was like. So, if I wanted to be a songwriter, and if I moved down to Nashville and tried to do it, what should I do? And he just goes, "Well, pull up your bootstraps and get ready to work." He goes, because it's going to be busy, but also at the same time, he goes, don't listen to anybody. He goes, you do what you need to do in order to play for you.
Yeah.
You don't want to do because if you start thinking about, oh, I need this audience or that audience, you know, you're going to kind of pigeonhole yourself into working in somewhere into a corner.
Yeah.
And so it's just, it's cool to see that, you know, because we have some other guys too that have been on the podcast that have gone down to Nashville and, you know, they're doing pretty good, you know, and they're kind of doing the same thing of like, well, I'm going to go be me and
work.
Yeah. And I'm going to work my ass off.
Yeah.
And so,
I've never been so excited to like roll up my sleeves and work.
Heck yeah, man.
I told my lady, I was like, what we're about to do, you're never going to see me work as hard as I've ever worked before. And I think that's a really exciting step to take. It's one that I've probably been needing because I love Louisville. It's really kind of helped me turn into like the man that I've become. But it's also, I think, in retrospect, it's served its purpose to me. So I feel like making that next step is what I have to do. Whether there's so many things, like Cody Jinks has never been on radio. He's making a hell of a life for himself.
Facts.
And I feel like you don't, you know, in the 90s, early 2000s, you weren't making a hell of a name for yourself unless you were on radio. So I feel like as long as you're selling out rooms and doing what you need to do, that's kind of the difference now in today's world.
There's definitely more lanes for success. You don't have to be signed by a label. Definitely just putting in work, gaining your own audience, and doing those things is, if you can do that, you can garner, you know, enough. So what we've talked about before, like what's success look like to you? Sometimes you just got to know what that is. Some people dream of the big stuff, and some people their dream is to make a living doing the thing they love. So I mean, you know, Cody Jinks, I think, is probably doing all right too.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people that out of the last concerts that I've been to in the last 5 years, 90% of them are people that aren't ever played on the radio, and they're not and they're not small concerts. Like you said, they're selling out rooms here in Louisville and other cities around here. It's just that you don't need the radio anymore to get an audience, and if you make good music, there are lots of people that have been touring. That's the way I always describe it to people. And they're like, "Well, who are they?" And like, what are they? And I'm like, "Well, they're a professional musician. They've been touring for 10 years. They make a living doing this.
Yeah.
Are they famous? I mean,
in their own right.
In their own right, they are. But like, are they like world famous? No.
But they've been playing 10 years doing this. They're better than most of the stuff you're going to see.
They're real pros. They're real pros doing this for a living and making probably a good living doing it.
Yeah.
I told somebody the other day, I said, I'm willing to cut my teeth till they look like riffraffs. Like, I think it's all really interesting to your point, and like, when I first moved out here, I was 18 and the internet was really taking off. There was starting to be a lot more internet people that were getting famous. And so right before I moved, everybody was like, well, you don't have to go to Nashville anymore to get what you want. And to a point and an extent, I feel like that's correct. But it's kind of like, I look at comedians and music artists kind of the same. Their rise to stardom is kind of the same. You start at shitty rooms. They play a lot less than us, but it's still that same consistency, and everybody's moving to Austin, Texas right now for
Right now
comedy.
is awesome.
Mhm.
Just rolling.
So, well, that his club, there's so many different avenues for it. And I actually heard somebody say one time that it's better to be surrounded by a bunch of people that want to do what you want to do to give you those ideas and to push you for it. So, and I feel like that's still Nashville to this day for musicians. It's whether or not you're shooting for, the Opry or this, that, and the other, to be around writers will make you a better writer.
Yeah.
To be around guitar players will make you a better guitar player.
True.
Because not saying you want to show them up, but you definitely want to fit in with them in a certain
Mhm.
extent. And hold your own at least. So as much as a lot of these people have been right about you could stay at home, which if I stayed at home, I'd be a burnout. Straight up. So getting out of Reading was the best thing I ever could have done. Now, I think going down there, whether I fail to somebody's whatever, I still think that's the best thing that I can do. So,
Yeah.
I love it, man.
yeah.
I'm glad you're doing it. Well, you've talked about it. I think last time you were on, or maybe about a year ago, you said in a year I'm moving to Nashville.
Yeah, kind of pussyfooting around it a little bit.
No, you said it, man. You're doing it, brother. So
it's all scary and exciting.
well, I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I was telling Jocelyn, I said, without knowing it, I've kind of turned Top Hill into my own Red Barn radio.
I love it. We already got 2 releases. Let's go. Third, man.
I had, I was thinking, I don't really know much about Nashville or what you're doing. So are you going down there to write songs and hope to sell those? Or are you going down there to play your own music? And
Probably both.
okay.
To an extent, because if I look back at my old catalog is a lot of more of that pop country song and sound and all of that. And now, because I've become so infatuated with people like Cody Jinks and Sturgill and Tyler and everything like that, it's really shifted into becoming a more serious songwriter, but still having fun with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like it has to be a Jason Isbell heartbreak song every time you write. But I feel like if I could bank on that, it's kind of a shitty word to use, but if I could get into the songwriting scene and have my own career as a songwriter, but also do what Stapleton did and come out as my own artist, I feel like that would be the best of both worlds.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. So making the move March 1st. What's the first order of business?
Getting a real job so we can stay there for a little bit.
Is the thing to survive?
Yeah. That's the first step. I got a buddy down there. We're still working on a couple buddies down there, so that's given me a lot of kind of grounding myself.
Mhm.
We're not going down there knowing nobody.
Okay, good.
We've got a good little friend group. Then I've got a couple guys that are already doing the writers rounds that want to introduce me into all that.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's nice.
I've got and then I'm still putting in the work for that double album that we talked about last time. So we got so many things in the works.
Oh
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
man. Well, I love to hear it. I'm excited for your move. Spencer, what you got going on, my man?
Well, really, just we got Voodoo Symphony. I mean, we're working on that, and we're writing up some new tunes.
New tunes.
And getting some. We're actually getting a little show put together,
Okay.
and
Possible February 13th. Keep an eye out for that date. We might
Mhm.
have one coming up for that.
yeah,
So-
and two. Also,
Yeah.
anyone who is listening to this, if you want Voodoo to come and play, send
Or
us a
wanna
message.
be on a lineup. Or-
Yeah, 100%. Anybody.
There's a lineup. Look, Fuzzy.
Yeah, because we want to put together some really cool shows that are diverse, stuff that is, we want to have some country, want to have some R&B, want to have some rock, want to have,
Operation Doom.
yeah,
Yeah, we got all
Operation
kinds of stuff.
Doom, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, man. Bro,
So-
what's up with you, buddy? Any shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm actually just now starting to book for the year.
Sweet.
I got like some chill stuff coming up, like just like featured acts at some open mics, and
Oh,
then
nice.
I just put together like a short run of shows like through West Virginia. So,
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
that'll be in the
Hell yeah,
summer.
man.
So
That's
with
great.
Cody Lee Meese, and so that should be cool.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
Oh,
fun.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, see you writing a bit these days.
I have. I've written. Yeah, I hadn't written anything in forever, and I finally like kind of got out of a rut and wrote a couple new songs.
Is
so,
that not the best
yeah,
after
it
you
is.
get out of
Yeah.
something where you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
and then they just hit?
Yeah, I had a couple things that were like part finished, and I was just like, I'm gonna wait, and I'm not gonna write something I don't like. And so
That's it.
I finally found some lyrics that I liked. So
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Ryan. Big deal, dude. So, Fuzzy Pig 6.
Wait.
Go get it, sir. Please. Where's the big poster? All right, so Ryan, Fuzzy Pig 6 coming up April 23rd, 4th, 5th.
3 days now.
Did I
Yeah.
get that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Oh,
Right there.
dude's crazy lineup as always. We actually have a couple so far, 2 pre-Fuzzy parties booked. One at Fox Den on March 14th, and one at Enchanted Music Hall. What do you call that?
Floyd County. FCBC. Yeah.
FCBC. April 11th.
Yep.
Right. All right. We got some killer bands for those. Who you got at Fox Den right now? Confirmed.
Kyle Tipton, Jay Williams, and Smiley Coyote.
Hell yeah! And then for April, you guys playing that one?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're still working that one out.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. Sweet, dude.
But-
I think we got a couple other that we may book as well. It's just like, hey man, pre-party, come out and make sure you get to Fuzzy 6, Milltown, Indiana, 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's cash only. There's food trucks. There's a couple vendors.
they take card.
They take card, but if you want in $50 cash, I mean, dude, for the weekend, is that for the weekend? Is that how much is it? 50?
I got to figure it out still.
You need to
Probably gonna do like $100 a camp and stay for the weekend.
something, man. Yeah, because
Certain, certain price for
it's
day
a legit
passes.
festival. If
It
you're
is.
listening, you should come out. It is a great time.
it's the kicker of the year. It kicks off
And-
every other thing that starts Music Fest season.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best hang of any of them. I've said this for the last few years because there's nothing
Yeah.
better than heading on up to Ryan's place up in Milltown dude, and just spending a weekend. So
Yeah.
make sure you
It's-
do that.
It's fun, man. You know, they're all these people are my friends, and it's not a genre thing. It's
No.
whoever puts out cool music, and it's a little out there as far as genre, you know, music and
A little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Every year that I've gone, I've found a new band that just killed it on stage.
Yep.
And I mean, and that's normally I find like 3 or 4 new groups, and the coolest thing is everyone just kind of hangs out. It's like a huge community, and it's great to just, I mean, make new contacts, meet new people, and listen to some new music.
Yeah, that's one thing. If you are not a musician or artist, but love being around musicians for a weekend, everybody, for a lot of times, most people are there for the 2 days at least. That Friday, Saturday, a lot of them are there on Thursday, and that's a good way to mix and mingle, hang out.
that's the thing. Go to local shows.
Go, to
100%.
shows.
Yes.
I don't know. It's weird getting to year 6, but the booking of it, I was just out drinking at a bar, and I here's something cool, and I talk to him, and it's go to local shows.
Go to shows.
If you do that, you can set up your dream concert.
When's your Frustrations next show?
I think April 11th.
Is it going to be that show?
I
You're
think
hold
we're
off
gonna do
until
that
then?
one. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. Other than that, we're trying to cut a single before Fuzzy Pig. I think we might feature Jay Williams on that one.
Ooh, dude, Jay's one
And
of
shout
my
out to
faves,
Jay. I
man.
saw he was
Jay's
just
awesome.
nominated for an award. Like there's like a new Louisville. It's called Louisville Fucks Awards. And
Really?
He was nominated for an award.
Oh,
I
Jared
saw
get on
today.
that?
He
Hell,
did.
he
Yeah.
did.
So
Hell yeah.
congrats to him on that.
Jared's
We're a
awesome.
big Jay Williams
Yeah.
fan,
Yeah.
dude. Jared is awesome. He
He's
does
cool.
everything, man. A killer YouTube channel too. So check that out.
Yeah.
Lee, tell us about St. Matthew's Home and Remodel. Come on, man. At least give yourself a plug.
We don't need to plug home remodeling.
Yes, we do. This is our sponsor for the week, Dan Huber's, officially.
If anyone needs a bathroom or kitchen remodel, give me a call.
How about that? And that's
There you
how we
go.
do it, man. Brother, appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing the successes, and we're all pulling for you, bro.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
Come back and hang anytime.
Yeah.
Don't forget about us.
No, you just gave me one of the best experiences of bourbon and beyond in my life. So I will take that. You guys have always been so kind, letting me come on and sing my songs, and even when I was pretty much new to town. I'd been here for a couple of years, but that was like my first step into really starting to meet a lot of artists and do all that stuff. So always grateful for Top Hill, and the platform that you guys put out is incredible. So
Well, you're kicking in the season, so man, we appreciate that.
absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Well, thank you.
All right, till next time.